to show you around the city and meet some of the people who live here. I can't wait to introduce you to some of the everyday heroes who make our city amazing. So let's look at the map, and I'll show you some of my favorite places in our city. The star on the map tells us where we are. So if you see the star, point to it. That's right, the star is located in the park. And in our city, we also have a school. Can you find the school? There's also a fire station, and my favorite place of all is the donut shop. Can you find the donut shop? That is where I go to get coffee every morning. There are so many exciting things to see and do around our city, but the best part is the people that you will meet. So are you ready to explore the city and meet some of the people who live here? That's great, but before we hop on the bus, remember there are 2 city rules. So the first one, everybody hold up one finger, is to be kind. Say, be kind. You've got it, and we can be kind by staying quiet and listening when others are talking. So if you can be kind by staying quiet, say, shh. Good job. Now rule number 2 is to be safe. So hold up 2 fingers and say, be safe. You've got it. We can be safe by keeping our hands to ourselves. So clap and put them in your lap. Today we are going to visit one of the city's most popular restaurants. It's right here. Let's see if we can figure out who we will see at the restaurant. These are some of the everyday heroes in our city. The chef is a hero who works at the restaurant, and the firefighter is a hero who works at the fire station. The construction worker is a hero who helps us build at the construction site. So, which of these do you think we will see at the restaurant? That's right, the restaurant is so popular because of the delicious meals created by Chef Shane. Let's hop on the bus and go meet one of them now. So everybody roll your arms and get ready to sing.
The wheels on the bus go round and round, round and round, round and round. The wheels on the bus go round and round, all through the town, all through the town, all through the town.
Hello everyone, my name is Shane, and I'm the head chef of our city's busiest restaurant. My job is to create the yummiest food for our citizens. When I'm in the kitchen, I use different things that help our food taste yummy and stay safe for our guests. Like my hat that keeps any hair from getting into the food, and gloves that keep germs away. I also carefully use tools like knives to cut up all sorts of tasty things. But there's an invisible armor that I wear every day, and it's more powerful than anything in my kitchen. It's called the armor of God. My sharp knives are very helpful in the kitchen, but I can't do anything without the sword of the Spirit from God's armor. The Bible is the sword of the Spirit, and it's the most powerful weapon I can use when I'm tempted to do the wrong thing. Knowing what God says in the Bible helps me be more like Him and do what's right. There's a verse from the Bible that helps me remember to hold up the sword of the Spirit and put on all of God's armor every day. Let me hear you say it after me. Put on all.
Put on all
Of God's.
of God's
Armor.
armor.
Ephesians 6:11.
Ephesians 6:11.
That's it. Here in the city, we sing a song to help us remember all the pieces of God's armor that we need to put on every day. Stand up and sing it now.
The armor of God fits good on me. It makes me strong as I can be. I can stand against the enemy, 'cause the armor of God fits good on me. Put on the belt of truth, my good news boots, getting dressed and ready to go. The shield of faith, the sword I raise, God's word is what I know. With all my might, I'll do what's right with the armor of godliness. My helmet's on, my salvation. Now I can stand strong and pray, 'cause the armor of God fits good on me. It makes me strong as I can be. I can stand armor of godliness. My helmet's on, my salvation. Now I can stand strong and pray. 'Cause the armor of God fits good on me. It makes me strong as I can be. I can stand against the enemy. 'Cause the armor of God fits good on me. The armor of God fits good on me. Good on me, good on me. The armor of God fits good on me. Good on me, good on me.
You did a great job singing that song. Go ahead and take a seat. The sword of the Spirit is one of my favorite pieces of God's armor. The sword of the Spirit is God's Word, the Bible. Would you like to hear a story from the Bible?
Yes!
Great! Let's all get ready for the story by clicking on our listening ears. Click, click. Now let's put on our special eyes. Zoop, zoop. Now you're ready. In the Bible, there's a true story about a time that Jesus, God's Son, used the sword of the Spirit. You see, Jesus went into the desert and stayed there 40 days and 40 nights. While he was there, he didn't eat any food, so he was hungry. Friends, let me see you rub your tummies like you're hungry. That's it. While Jesus was in the desert, his enemy, the devil, showed up. The devil tried to trick Jesus into doing a lot of wrong things. But Jesus held up the sword of the Spirit, God's Word, and it helped him tell the devil, no! Let's all cheer for Jesus holding up the sword of the Spirit. Woo! Great job! The devil took Jesus to a very high mountain so they could see all the cities below. The devil promised Jesus that all of this could be his if he would love and worship him instead of God. Jesus held up the sword of the Spirit to remember how God's Word says that we should love and worship God and no one else. So Jesus told his enemy to go away. Let's all shout, go away! Go away! Yes! Jesus was able to beat his enemy, the devil, by holding up the sword of the Spirit. Every time we put on God's armor, we have the power to be an everyday hero. When we know what God says in the Bible, we know what is right and true, and we can use it like a sword to beat the enemy. If you will hold up the sword of the Spirit, let me hear you say this after me. Hold up.
Hold up
The sword of the Spirit.
the sword of the Spirit.
You've got it. When you put on all of God's armor and pray, you'll be strong enough to stand up to any evil that comes your way.
Thanks, Chef Shane, and he is right. All the citizens in our city can hold up the sword of the Spirit and remember the true things in the Bible that God says and defend ourselves against the enemies. So let's say it together. Hold up the sword of the Spirit. Good job, friends. And look, one of our citizens is needing help. Let's see if we can help them. This is Zoe. She wants to climb up the slide, but she sees a sign that says, "Do not climb up the slide." Friends, does she look happy or confused? That's right, Zoe is confused because she really wants to climb up the side, but she doesn't want to break the rules. Chef Shane told us a story from the Bible that may help Zoe. Did he tell us that the sword of the Spirit helps us to do what's wrong or what's right? You've got it! When the devil tried to get Jesus to do wrong things, Jesus held up the sword of the Spirit to know the right thing to do. And if Zoe holds up the sword of the Spirit, it will help her to remember that God says the right thing to do is to obey the rules. And it looks like Zoe has most of God's armor on, but she is missing one part. Which piece of God's armor is Zoe missing? The sword of the Spirit or the good news boots? That's right! Zoe needs her sword of the Spirit to know what is right and true, and then use it like a sword to beat the temptation to do the wrong things. I think we need to remind Zoe to hold up the sword of the Spirit. So let's all say it together. Hold up the sword of the Spirit. And Zoe is holding up the sword of the Spirit, and now she's an everyday hero, just like Chef Shane. God's armor will help Zoe to be strong when things seem too hard. And there's a song that reminds us that. So let's stand up and sing it together.
Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. When times are hard, do not give up. Have a happy heart. Do not give up. Pray and obey. When you get scared, let me hear you say. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. When times are hard, do not give up. Have a happy heart. Do not give up. Pray and obey. When you get scared, let me hear you say. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up. Do not give up.
Great job. Let's all take a seat. And as we leave today, remember to hold up the sword of the Spirit. Let's say it one more time. Hold up the sword of the Spirit. You've got it, and it's time for me to go, but I can't wait to see you again soon.